Hi, I'm Pam, and today I'm going to show you how to make lemon peel powder. Hey, I'm Pam from the blog Brown Thumb Mama. Thanks for watching. Today I'm going to show you how easy it is to make lemon peel powder from fresh lemons from your garden, from the farmer's market, or from your friend's tree. Now, if you shop with baking catalogs, you'll know that a container of lemon peel powder costs $1 million. A little tiny container can cost more than 10 bucks. But if you've got lemon trees or you know where to get lemons, you can make it yourself. Here's how easy it is. All we need to get started are lemons, a peeler, and either a dehydrator or your oven. Now you'll want to use lemons that haven't been sprayed, don't have pesticides on them. You don't have to use strictly organic lemons, but you don't want to be eating any of the weird stuff that might be on a conventional lemon from the grocery store. I'm not peeling them the normal way that you would peel off the white part and the skin. I only want to get the skin and not the white pith underneath, because the white part is really bitter. So we'll peel up a bunch of these lemons, and then I'll show you how to get them on the dehydrator and dry them out. Now, save your lemons, because next time we're going to make honey sweetened lemonade with these. So that'll be coming up soon. So let's peel some lemons, and then I'll show you what's next. Okay, so we have our beautifully thinly peeled lemon peels, and now we're ready to put them in the dehydrator. If you don't have a dehydrator, you can also put them on a cookie sheet in the oven at the very, very lowest temperature that you can get your oven to go. It helps if you can put them on a baking rack, because then the air can circulate better. I prefer to use the dehydrator because then I don't have the oven running and I don't have to worry about kids bumping into a hot oven and stuff like that. The dehydrator just works by blowing air and drying it in the air at the temperature that you set. And so my dehydrator has temperature settings on the side. There's lots of different brands. This one is a lower price and it's super easy to use. So we'll bring the dehydrator tray over. Now, one of the things that you want to watch out for, you want to make sure the air can circulate. So don't just drop a big pile of peels. You want to spread them out a little bit. They can be touching, you just don't want a big clump. So spread them out in your dehydrator. This dehydrator has 5 trays, so you can just stack and stack and stack, and the air will circulate through the fan. So you put the lid on, set the temperature, and this one just starts with the plug. It doesn't have an on and off switch. So I just plug it in and let it run. It'll run between 10 to 12 hours until your peels get dry. It depends on if it's humid outside. It depends on if you had peeled them very thick or if you had matted them a lot together. So after they're done drying, you have this. And you'll know that they're done because they crack. If you have any that bend, and you don't have to check all of them, you can just check 1 or 2. But if they bend and they don't crack, then they're not ready. Put them back into the dehydrator and let them run for a few more hours. So you have some choices once you have your dried peel. If you like to make potpourri with roses from your garden, rose petals and lavender buds and things like that, you can just put this in a jar. It's beautiful just as it is. But if you're making lemon peel powder, which is why we're here, the next thing that you'll use is a coffee grinder. I have one that I use just for spices because coffee and lemon peel don't really mix. So what we'll do is we'll gather up all of our lemon peel pieces, as many as will fit. And you can kind of smush them down a little. And then we'll zip them in the coffee grinder until we get a nice fine crumb. And we want it, the finer the better, because you don't want to, we're going to use this in a lot of different recipes, and we don't want to be actually crunching down on a bit of dried lemon peel. So it only takes 3 or 4 seconds, and you noticed I shook it a little bit just to make sure everything was getting all mixed up. Now take a look, and you can see some of these chunks are a little bit too big still, especially if I'm going to be sprinkling this on the top of maybe an apple crisp or something like that. Probably not going to want to have the crunch of an actual big chunk. We want it to be the consistency of sand. So let's zep this a little bit longer. And I tap it on the side so that the loose pieces will settle down and I'm not enveloped by a cloud of lemon dust. All right, now that is looking a lot better, nice and fine, and it's ready to go in our canning jar. So I'll just continue to grind these up and store them in my canning jar. Once it's completely dry, you can keep your lemon peel powder in the fridge. I've found that if you keep it in the pantry with your other spices, it doesn't quite keep as long. It'll keep in the fridge for about a year. There are tons and tons of things that you can use your lemon peel powder for. One of the quickest and easiest tips is you can use it as a carpet deodorizer. Mix a little bit of baking soda and a little bit of your lemon peel powder together. Put it in a shaker top container, maybe an old cheese powder jar. Shake it over your carpet, let it sit for 10 or 15 minutes and vacuum it up. Works much better than those weird chemical concoctions, and it costs you only pennies. So that is all for today. We have made our lemon peel powder with fresh lemons, and we're ready to use it in all different kinds of applications around the house. I am Pam from Brown Thumb Mama. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.